These fragrances are perfect, 10 out of 10 in my opinion, and great to wear during the winter time. I've got one designer fragrance and 9 niche fragrances for you, and a few hidden gems included. So make sure to watch till the end. We start off the list with Kilian Smoking Hot, and this is, or maybe was, my favorite from the house of Kilian. A lot of people are always hyping up Kilian's Angel Share, which I have right here. Amazing fragrance as well, but in my opinion that's not the best. But they just released Angel Share Paradis. That is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, and probably that's my new favorite from the house, but this was actually my favorite from the house. So top-notch fragrance, and not a lot of people are talking about this. I think this is really underrated, and this smells, yeah, like the name, smoking hot. It smells very smoky, it smells like tobacco, and it has a very prominent apple note. Maybe you are familiar with apple shisha that people smoke. You know, they go like in Arab houses, let's say, they smoke these like shishas with flavors, and this literally smells like apple shisha, but in a very sophisticated way. So it has bourbon vanilla in the base with Isu Super, like perfect notes for like a base in my opinion. Isu Super is sexy. It's a little bit sweet, ambery, and yeah, bourbon vanilla. I love vanilla. It also has another layer of vanilla in the middle notes combined with the tobacco. It has apple, it has smoke, it has cinnamon. So the cinnamon makes it warm, spicy. It's fruity, it's sweet, it's smoky. It has that tobacco feeling. It's literally like an apple shisha in my opinion. So it's probably not for everyone. I wouldn't recommend blind buying fragrances like this. Yeah, especially because it's expensive. It's a 50 ml. Retail price is around 300, I think, 290. I'm not sure. It's pretty expensive for a 50 ml retail fragrance. So sample it first. Don't blind buy fragrances like this, because fragrances that I mention are my personal favorites. Fragrances that I really like. Doesn't mean that you like it, because everyone has different tastes. Fragrances are subjective. It doesn't mean that I like it or I recommend fragrances that you, right, like blind buying it, like, oh, he recommended, I'm going to blind buy it. No, just sample fragrances, test it out on your own skin, and make your own opinion about a fragrance. Just listen to my advice, what I like, but it doesn't mean that you have to like it yourselves, because some of the fragrances are super hyped. Let's say Baccarat Rouge, for example. I literally hate that. A lot of people love it, but also a lot of people hate it. Parfum de Layton is one of my favorite fragrances, for example, but also a lot of people hate that. So fragrances are subjective, keep that in mind. But this is a phenomenal fragrance. It's perfect for the colder weather. It's very, very strong. It has a great performance. I wouldn't say beast mode, but it's really strong. It has a nice projection, a nice sillage, a scent bubble. You leave a central. It's an eau de parfum concentration, but it's really strong. It is perfect for fall and winter. I wouldn't wear this in spring and summer, to be honest. It's a bit too much. It's a bit too cloying. I wouldn't also wear this in every situation. It's not for going to the gym or to the office, in my opinion. This is more for when you're going out. Let's say you go to a restaurant, or you go out clubbing, or you go out on a date night. This smells, in my opinion, like sophisticated, but also sexy and alluring and mysterious at the same time. This is what you would wear maybe when you're wearing a leather jacket. I can see that, like I'm picturing that myself. I'm also like love to wear a leather jacket, but this is more like in a suit or in a leather jacket, sort of dark and mysterious vibes. So I would say perfect fragrance for during the winter time, for the colder months. I wouldn't recommend blind buying it, but try to get your nose on this and thank me later. Kilian Smoking Hot. Next up we have Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum. So this is the latest flanker to the lineup. This came out in 2022. And in my opinion, this is even slightly better than the Eau de Parfum I have right there. But both are 10 out of 10 masterpieces. This is just a little bit more masculine, like a little bit more depth, because this also has the leather note added to it. So the Noir Extreme and the Noir Extreme Parfum both have the coffee note, which makes it very sweet. It's a dessert actually. So this really smells like a gourmand fragrance. This is perfect for winter. This smells like Christmas in a bottle, let's say, because it has that warm spiciness. It is sweet. It has that vanilla tonka bean combination, which makes it sweet and warm spicy at the same time, with cardamom and ginger. Cardamom is also very sexy, a sweet and warm spicy note. Ginger makes it a little bit zesty at the same time. It has a touch of mandarin, so you have a little bit of a sweet citrusy aspect to it, not too much, but it gives it a little bit touch with some white floral aspects, with neroli, orange blossom, and jasmine, a touch of rose. All of them are not really detectable, more like a blend in the notes. So it has a little bit of sweet base to it. It's sweet floral base with some citrusiness, warm spiciness. And then in the base, it's also very woody actually, because it has gaiac wood and cedar wood combined. So it has that woodiness combined with leather and suede, which gives it a little bit more masculinity to it. Although I would say that one is also masculine, unisex, masculine leaning. This is even more masculine leaning, but women actually also love to wear that one, the Eau de Parfum. I know, because it has that gourmand vibe, that sweet and warm spiciness. It's actually totally unisex, but I would more recommend this for men, to be honest. But this is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. The EDP is known for like that it smells amazing, but the performance is pretty poor. I get about 5-6 hours with the EDP. This one, the Parfum, is actually stronger. I get 8+ hours. But if I want to give it a boost, I use Ambroxan or Isoe Super as a base layer, or both. So if you use Molecule 01 or Molecule 02, you can actually make it yourself. I will leave a link in the description. Michelle Curly Fragrance, she made a video about it, how to make it yourself. Super easy. I did it myself as well. So you can make your own Molecule 01, Molecule 02. So Ambroxan and Isoe Super, and you can use that to enhance your fragrances. Layer it as a base, so you have the base layer, and then you spray your fragrance on top. And most fragrances start projecting more, and they last longer, usually at least 2 hours longer, and they have a better projection. If you do that with the Tom Ford Noir Extreme, that also boosts it. So if I use that, it will last at least 10 hours and it has a bigger projection. Still, I would recommend to do like at least 20 sprays with fragrances like this, because they're very sort of like intimate. They're not big projectors. This one is pretty long lasting still, but it's not a big projector unless you use the Ambroxan or Isoe Super. But this smells phenomenal. Perfect for these cold winter days. Perfect for a date night. I would wear this also going out clubbing, going to a restaurant or something. I wouldn't wear this to the gym, although I wear everything to the gym. I don't care, to be honest. I just wear whatever I'm wearing and I wear it to the gym. I don't care. But this is pretty sweet. It's warm, spicy. It's not really suited for maybe the office. If you go to the office, I would recommend to do like 4 sprays max. Don't overspray it if you go to like the office or work maybe. But this is perfect for a date night. It's super sexy, very alluring. Women love this, and it also has that leather note which makes it warm. Yeah, like warm, mysterious, deep, dark, mysterious. I'm sorry. And yeah, I would say not a safe blind buy. Everything I'm talking about, I would always recommend to sample it first. Unless it's a cheapie, unless it's a very cheap fragrance, you can take a risk and blind buy it. But fragrances like this, just don't blind buy it. Go to the store, sample it yourself, buy a sample online, test it on your own skin, and you will probably love it because this smells phenomenal. It's a masterpiece. So check this one out. Next up, we have Xerjoff, Iommi, Monkey Special. And this is such a beast mode fragrance. This is really strong and very unique smelling as well. The Smoking Hot I just talked about, Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum, are also pretty unique fragrances, but this is really unique. This has a lot of patchouli, so this is a hit or miss fragrance for some people. People love patchouli or they hate it. I would say this is so unique. Don't judge this, like don't blind buy this, of course, but don't judge this in the first 30 minutes. So if you sample this, it starts off super strong, super potent. It's really strong. But the magic happens after like 30 minutes when the top notes starting to blend in and fade a little bit, and it goes a little bit more to the mid notes. From the mid to the dry down, it's purely perfection. It already is amazing in the top, but it can be off-putting for some people in the top notes because it has that very strong opening with a lot of patchouli and a lot of rum. So it's pretty boozy in the beginning. It's really strong. It's a really particular smell. It has a touch of leather as well, but it also has a lot of sweetness to it. It has tonka bean, it has vanilla, which makes it sweet and warm spicy. It has caramel, it has passion fruit. So it smells really sweet at the same time. And after the 30 minutes, from the mid to the dry down, I think this is even better in the mid and the dry down, but I love the top notes as well. This is a beast. I wouldn't wear this in spring or summer. I only would wear this in fall, winter, colder nights. I maybe even wouldn't wear this to a date night because this can be off-putting. And if you decide to wear this to a date night, wait at least an hour. So spray it on and don't spray too much because it's super strong. Do maybe 3-4 sprays max, and wait at least 1 hour if you go on a date night, because the very first 1 hour is pretty overwhelming. And after that, when it settles down, it's more sexy. There's literally a sexiness to it because it has that booziness. It has the passion fruit, the caramel, the tonka bean and the vanilla, which makes it really sweet and inviting. Warm spiciness. It's also woody. It has like a creamy sandalwood, and it has labdanum and ambergris, so it has a little bit of amberiness to it as well. But I wouldn't recommend actually to wear this on a date night because it can be a hit or miss fragrance. I wouldn't wear this to the office. I wouldn't wear this to the gym, although I actually did wear this to the gym, to be honest. But I would wear this in particular settings. Like, yeah, this is like literally a special occasion fragrance. Wear this on a formal occasion. You want to make an impression somewhere. Wear this going out clubbing. Perfect for going out clubbing because you will make a statement. But this is for a particular occasion. So if you decide to get a bottle of this, I would first recommend to sample it, like I said. But if you wear, yeah, this is not versatile. This is not that you can wear this in any occasion or in any setting. You must wear this in fall and winter and during like special events, let's say. Although I wear this whenever I feel like it because I have more than 500 fragrances. So if I wake up this morning and I think I'm going to wear this today, then I'm going to wear this today. I personally don't care. But a lot of people have small collections and they want particular fragrances for particular occasions. And this is a special occasion fragrance in my opinion. So again, sample this, try to get your nose on it. It's a beast. It's really strong, and try to get the 50 ml. I cannot say why, but I know some secrets. So I would recommend you to get the 50 ml instead of the 100 ml. The 50 ml is better. Check this one out. Next up, we have Parfums de Marly, Layton, Exclusif. And this is the big brother of Layton. As you know by now, Layton is one of my favorite fragrances ever made. It's like top 10 for life in my opinion, but this could also be in my top 10 for life. Although this is less versatile, I would say you can wear Layton in literally any situation, in any type of weather. Maybe not when it's really, really hot, but say up to 25 degrees Celsius, you can easily pull it off. Layton is super versatile, but this is more of the bigger, darker, mysterious brother that is more suited for fall and winter, to be honest. So this is more like a fall winter fragrance, and it's less versatile. You cannot wear this in any situation, but this is such a masterpiece. Beast mode fragrance as well. This is really strong, especially the first 15 minutes of the fragrance smells phenomenal. The opening, one of the best openings I've ever smelled in any fragrance. I've smelled thousands of fragrances, and the first 15 minutes of this fragrance is out of this world. It has that Layton DNA. So let's say you have like 80% of the Layton DNA, but make it more dark and mysterious with oud, with civet. So it is more like a little bit more animalic. It has a more heavy, woody aspect to it. It has a little bit of changes. It still has that apple vanilla combination. It still has that like geranium lavender combination. So it has that sort of aromaticness to it. It still has the same DNA. It's still pretty much the same fragrance, let's say, but a more punch in your face. This also smells very unique. I mean, the original Layton is already a unique smelling fragrance, but this is even more unique. I would not recommend blind buying this. Even if you love Layton, I would still not recommend blind buying this because a lot of people that I know that love Layton don't like the Exclusif. So try to sample this first, but this is phenomenal. It's a beast. It is really sexy and mysterious. Yeah, you just have to try this. It's hard to explain because this has something really unique. That oud with civet combination makes it a little bit animalic, not too much. It's like a pleasant animalicness, I would say, but it gives it like that punch. It's a beast. You will make an impression. This is a statement-making fragrance. So I wouldn't wear this to a date night, although I would wear it myself to a date night. I don't care, but I don't date anymore because I'm, for already 8 years. So I would wear this if I go out with my girlfriend. To be honest, actually, sometimes she wears the Lina Exclusif, and then I wear Layton Exclusif. The combination, I love that because that's a beast. It smells phenomenal. This smells like very masculine. That smells very feminine. So it's a perfect combination to wear that as a couple, in my opinion. But I would recommend you to sample this, get your nose on this, and thank me later. Perfect suited for winter. Next up, we have Sora Dora Mandorle. And this is actually my favorite from the house, but Sora Dora has a lot of amazing fragrances. But Mandorle, chef's kiss. This is such a masterpiece. This is a gourmand fragrance, but in a very particular way. So it has rum, which I also really like. I love boozy fragrances. Actually, right now I'm wearing Enigma from Roja, Enigma Parfum, which is also boozy. But this has that rum combination with suede. So it has that leathery vibe, but a very soft and inviting leathery vibe. So if you don't like leather fragrances, I would say you will probably love this because the leather is very smooth blended in. It is a little bit powdery. It has tonka bean and vanilla. It has caramel. Like the whole combination of notes. It's woody. It is sweet. It's slightly warm spicy, and it has almond. But the almond gives it like sort of cherry vibes to it. So it has a little bit of a cherry booziness to it. So it's a little bit nutty. It's warm spicy. It's mostly sweet. It's a little bit powdery. It has cacao. It also has heliotrope. And yeah, the note combination, the blend is perfection. And it's an extrait de parfum. It's really strong. It really projects. I wouldn't say it's a beast mode fragrance, but it's still really strong. This is perfect for fall and winter. I also would wear this in spring, to be honest. And you can wear this in a lot of situations. I wouldn't wear this to the office maybe if you only do 2 sprays. To the gym, yeah, I wear whatever I want to the gym, but I wouldn't recommend wearing this to the gym, for example. But going out clubbing, going to a restaurant or something, or going on a date night, this is perfect. This cuts through the cold. It smells phenomenal. It's sweet. It's sexy. It's alluring. It's inviting. Again, it's not a safe blind buy. I would recommend you to sample this, but this is phenomenal. If you go next month in 3 weeks in Milan, Exons, the biggest fragrance convention in the world, make sure to visit the Sora Dora booth. You will probably find me there as well. Sora Dora is amazing. They have beautiful fragrances, and they also released 100 ml eau de parfum bottles. So the extraits are about 30% and the eau de parfum are 20%. So if you want sort of more value for your money, you can grab a 100 ml for a little bit more than a 50 ml extra. But the extras are, of course, stronger. But you can also decide to get an eau de parfum. I haven't got one of the eau de parfums in my collection yet. Probably after Milan, I will have an eau de parfum in my collection. I want Mandorle eau de parfum. That's literally my favorite. And then I can make a side-by-side comparison about the performance and everything and how it smells. I already smelled the eau de parfums last year at Exans, and they smell almost exactly the same, or maybe 100% the same. So you'll probably have 100% the same fragrance, only in a different oil concentration. So the performance might be better with the extra, but value-wise, you will have 100 ml eau de parfum, so you can choose whatever you want. I would say get your nose on this, sample this, thank me later, and check this one out. Sora Dora Mandorle. Next up, we have Superz Budapest 1723. And this is such a masterpiece. This is actually sort of, I would say, a clone, but it's not 100% a clone. So they inspired this fragrance by Parfums de Marly Layton. So this literally smells like the Layton DNA. I would say this is 80% Layton, but they did a 20% of their own twist. So it's not 100% a clone, but it's, I would say, inspired by. So it's Layton with a twist. And maybe this is even more versatile and even a little bit more easy to the nose than Layton. Because Layton, a lot of people that complain about Layton, Layton is a masterpiece, one of my favorite fragrances ever. But people that complain about Layton, they say it has a sort Vicks Vapor Rub smell to it. And that's because of the geranium. Geranium can come off a little bit minty. I don't really detect that minty vibe, to be honest, at least not on my skin. If I spray it on a paper, I get it a little bit. On my skin, not at all. It's very sweet on my skin. But this doesn't have that geranium note. So this is actually a more mass appealing version of Layton. So it is fresh and sweet. It's aromatic. It still has that apple vanilla combination with lavender. There's a touch of bergamot. There's a touch of pink pepper. It is very woody. It has gaiac wood and sandalwood, which makes it creamy at the same time. So I would say this is very masculine. It's still unisex, I'd say, but it's more on the masculine side. I think some women can pull this off as well. I know my cousin, she loves men's fragrances. He mostly wears men's fragrances. He also wears Layton, for example. She would wear this as well. But this is phenomenal. Super sexy. One of the best from the house. Beast mode performance is really strong. And look at the atomizers. Like, yeah, these pressurized atomizers. This is so amazing. And the bottle is really nice. The bottle looks really, really good. Extrait de Parfum, really strong, really good prices as well. You can get 10% discount on the website. I will leave links here in the screen. Use Gerino10 and you will save 10%. I put a lot of people on this fragrance already and they love it. So if you already love Layton, but you actually maybe don't like it too much because of that sort of Vicks Vapor Rub note, this has a 20% of its own twist. So it's not 100% Layton. It's actually maybe even better. I would say better than at least the new batches. My old Layton batch smells phenomenal, but I smell the new 2024 batches. And I would say this smells better than a newer Layton batch, to be honest. So I wouldn't recommend blind buying this, but check this one out. Oh, I forgot to say, perfect for fall and winter, but it's perfectly versatile. You can wear this in spring and summer. You can wear this in any situation. Perfect for a date night. It's super sexy, super alluring, massive compliment getter. You can wear this in any situation. You can wear this to the office, to the gym, whatever you're doing. Super versatile. So check this one out. Next up, we have Argos Sacred Flame. And this is one of my favorites from the house. I got it in last month. You see, I already made a nice dent in the bottle. And yeah, this is another masterpiece they made, in my opinion. So my favorite is Triumph of Bacchus. Then my second favorite is Fall of Phaeton. But this is my third fragrance, or third favorite right now. So it has a little bit of that Fall of Phaeton kind of DNA, because Fall of Phaeton has some citrusy vibes, and this has that as well, like that citrusy vibe. You smell that Argos DNA. But this is, again, totally different. So this is heavy on the peach. It has a sugary peach combined with cinnamon, and that combination makes it actually pretty edible. I would say it is very warm, spicy, and sweet, and it has gourmand aspects. I would consider this like a little bit of a gourmand fragrance because of the fruitiness, the peach. It also has like a lot of citrus. It has like grapefruit and bergamot and tangerine combined with ginger, which makes it like warm, spicy, zesty. There's cinnamon, which is also very prominent. That cinnamon peach combination is what you're getting the most. So it's warm, spicy, it's sweet. It has tonka bean and vanilla in the base with sandalwood. So it's a little bit creamy. It has the warm spiciness of like the vanilla and tonka bean combination, which is sweet and warm spicy. It has amber, it has benzoin. I always love benzoin. It's very sexy. It also has a little bit of floral aspects, more as supports notes. You don't really detect the floral aspect. It's more that it's supporting the other notes, and the blend is perfect. I would say try to watch out with this juice because look, it's really orange. I spray this on my work clothing. It leaves orange stains. I have white work clothing because I work in this food safety area. And if I sprayed it on my clothing, it leaves orange stains. So watch out with spraying this on your clothing. On black clothing, you won't detect it. But if you decide to spray on your clothing, try to do it from a big distance so you have like a little bit of mist. Because if you spray it up close, you can see it if you spray it on the skin. I'm not spraying it on my skin right now because I'm already wearing Enigma Parfum, so I don't want to blend that. But if you spray this on skin, you see that it right away gives that orange like glow on your skin. So watch out with spraying this on clothing. This is perfect for fall and winter. It's a beast. It's really strong. I sprayed this when I got it in on my jacket over a month ago, and my jacket still smells like this. So this is really strong. It sticks to your clothing like honey. It sticks on your clothing. It's super strong. So it's a beast. Also on skin, it projects. It's long lasting. I think more than 14 hours on my skin. So watch out with clothing again. But if you decide to spray it on black clothing, you don't see stains then. This will last for weeks on your clothing. It's really strong. Perfect for the colder months. I would still wear this in early spring. Early spring in the Netherlands is more like fall. So I would wear this in fall, winter, and early spring. I wouldn't wear this in summer. It's too cloying. It's too sweet. But this is perfect for a date night. It's really inviting. Going out clubbing, going somewhere and you want to make a statement. I wouldn't recommend wearing this to the office or to the gym or whatever, that kind of occasions. But you can wear this as, like whatever you're doing, of course. Like you can wear this as a comforting scent or just like a daily wear. You just go a day out. But I would recommend you to wear this on a date night. It's super sexy. It is sweet and inviting. Ladies love sweet fragrances on men. Again, not a safe blind buy. I wouldn't recommend blind buying this, but get your nose on this. For some of the people that I already talked about this fragrance, some of the people say this is their favorite from the House of Argos. So for me, it's still Triumph of Bacchus, but for some people, this is the favorite from the house. So check this one out. Next up, we have Navitus Parfums Tempt Me Not, made in collaboration with I Am Noelle and the master perfumer Kilian Provenzano, which is one of my favorite perfumers. And of course, she made a gourmand fragrance, and a really, really good gourmand fragrance. So this is very sweet, of course. It's a gourmand fragrance. It's sweet. It's a little bit warm, spicy. It's very edible. It's very alluring. It has like brown sugar and caramel and toffee. It has a little bit of that sort of burnt sugar vibe, what you get from crème brûlée. So it has a little bit of that crème brûlée vibes, but it also has heliotrope. It has a little bit of milk, which is not too detectable. It gives a little bit of a lactonic vibe, but more in the background. And the heliotrope vanilla combination smells really nice. The vanilla comes off as a sort of vanilla ice cream. So it's very sweet, it's very gourmandish. It's a little bit musky in the base as well. And yeah, the tonka bean with the vanilla combination makes it also a little bit warm spicy at the same time. Because vanilla is warm spicy, tonka bean is warm spicy, but it's sweet at the same time. So it's very edible. The performance is really good. I had the privilege to test this on my skin in Dubai because she had a bottle with her that was already the final version of the fragrance. It was already macerated. It was already really strong. It was already like a beast. I was overwhelmed by how strong it was. I sprayed it. I was like, whoa, it's really strong. And I sprayed it on my skin like twice on the same spot. And it lasts for 14 plus hours. So it's really strong. In New York at Scent Explore, I tested it again. It smells phenomenal. And then I finally got my bottle in last month, I think, like in December somewhere. And when I got it in, the fragrance came in and I tested it on skin and I thought, okay, it's a little bit weaker now. But that's normal. I mean, fragrances are being made. They need to macerate. Then they are getting shipped through the air, through different weather conditions, and you get the fragrance in and you test it. And usually the fragrance is usually not performing like the same as a macerated fragrance, right? So I let it sit. I gave it a full wearing. I let it sit. I gave it another full wearing and it was already a lot stronger. So this bottle is now like a month old, a little bit more than a month. I still need to make a little bit of a 5 ml decant, so there becomes a little bit of more air in the bottle, but it's already pretty strong. It lasts for 10 plus hours on my skin right now. So the performance is really good. It projects, it leaves a scent trail, a sillage. It smells phenomenal. It's really sexy. I would say this is very unisex. To some people, this might turn more feminine leaning. but that's a lot like with gourmand fragrances. People always say it's more feminine leaning. In my opinion, not. And ladies love sweet fragrances on men. So perfect for a date night. Perfect, yeah, like a compliment gathered. Like this literally gets you compliments. It is, yeah, very inviting, let's say. It has that comforting smell to it. It smells like edible. So it's really a gourmand fragrance. And I would say this is perfect for fall and winter. Maybe early spring. I wouldn't wear this in the summer. It's too cloying. It's not for that type of weather, in my opinion. But this is perfect in date night settings, going out clubbing or going to a restaurant or something. Wouldn't wear this to the office, maybe, not to the gym, that kind of settings. It's not super versatile, but it's super sexy. I wouldn't recommend blind buying it, but it's very affordable. I think the retail price is $170 for an extrait de parfum, 100 ml. Beautiful bottle and made by a master perfumer, by Christian Provenzano. So actually this has a designer price. And if you use Noelle 10 on the Navitus website, you get 10% off. So it's like 150 something for a 100 ml extrait de parfum niche fragrance with one of the best perfumers in the world. It's a steal, in my opinion, because the designers nowadays also are already going to the $150 range. And the performance of them are usually not that good. They're eau de parfums and they're super generic, and this smells really unique. Well, at least a lot of people compare this to Bianco Latte. I don't own Bianco Latte. I smelled it once in Milan last year, so I cannot really compare. And Escapade Gourmand, haven't smelled that either, so I cannot really compare. But what I know, that this smells phenomenal. And a lot of people that I know that tested them side by side, they say that this is literally the best. So it's not a dupe, it's not a clone, but it's in the same scent profile. So again, get your nose on this, sample this, and thank me later. Navitus Parfums, damn me not. Next up, we have Mind Games Mentor, and this is a very unique gourmand fragrance. So it is a very ambery gourmand fragrance with boya oud. I will explain what boya oud is later, but it has salted caramel, it has Italian lemon, it has a dark plum. So it's very dense, it's dark and mysterious, it's sweet, it has a little touch of freshness, and the crème de cassis gives it a little bit of booziness, like a black currant kind of liquor. It has a touch of coffee, it has sandalwood and tonka bean, but the combination of the amber resin, which is very prominent, is very ambery, it smells very edible, it's a gourmand fragrance, and the boya oud, which makes it very unique smelling. So normally oud comes from infected parts of the trees. So like the guaiac wood, the agarwood trees, it's infected actually. So oud, like real oud, pure oud, can smell really animalic, it can smell really dirty, but oud can also smell phenomenal. If they blend it into a fragrance, it can smell not dirty at all, not animalic at all. And it projects, it's strong, it's very woody, it's a particular smell, so it's very distinguished. I'm sorry, my English is not my native language, of course. But this one, the boya oud, it's different actually. So this comes not from the infected part of the trees, but from the non-infected part of the tree. So they distill this from the non-infected parts of the trees and the roots and the trunks and the leaves. So it's actually a very, very unique smelling oud. I haven't smelled this oud in any fragrance so far. So the boya oud is very different. The price point of this fragrance is pretty expensive. It's $475 for a 100 ml. It is an extrait de parfum, beautiful packaging. I will show you the packaging. I have it here upstairs somewhere. I will show you in the video. I will overlay it in the video so you get a beautiful packaging. It is overpriced in my opinion. I'm wearing right now Ambrosia Enigma Parfum, which is also in the same price range, but for a 50 ml, so that is even more overpriced. But that's a masterpiece, and in my opinion, this is a masterpiece as well. Maybe the best or one of the best from the house. I also really love the Prodigy, which smells phenomenal as well. I talked about it in another video briefly, but I gave it a couple of more wearings, and also my girlfriend was wearing it. Prodigy is also amazing, but overpriced. So I wouldn't recommend you to blind buy this, of course. It's really, really pricey. But if you have deep pockets and you want to smell unique, try to get a sample at least, because this smells phenomenal. It's a beast. I was wearing this yesterday. It was my scent of the day yesterday. It lasts for more than 14 hours on my skin. It projects, it sticks on clothing. I was spraying it on a vest like a few weeks ago, and I could smell it still like a week later. It's really strong. It's an extrait de parfum. It has amazing performance. So in that option, you get, like, for a expensive fragrance, you get also a good quality fragrance, which is very strong as well. Is it overpriced? Yeah, it's overpriced, but try to get a sample at least. It's perfect for fall and winter. I would recommend you to wear this like going out, if you want to go somewhere, make a statement. It's a very bold and very dense and heavy fragrance. It's not very versatile. You cannot wear this in any occasion. I would wear this personally on a date night, but I would wait at least an hour before I go on a date. So it's more in the mid, because the mid and the dry down are more smooth, let's say. And the opening is pretty dense, hard, harsh, and heavy. But this is blended into perfection. I think it's a masterpiece. Try to get your nose on this and thank me later. Mind Games Mentor. Last but not least, we have City Rhythm Manhattan. And as you know by now, I love City Rhythm. They have amazing fragrances, unique smelling fragrances, and this is literally based on Manhattan. So the owner of the brand, Niles, he goes to cities and he captures cities and put it into a fragrance. So he actually lived in Manhattan, so he knows like how Manhattan smells. I've been there twice, and I must say this literally is Manhattan in a bottle. So it also gives me a very sort of green vibe to it. It also gives me, let's say, forest vibes. It also has a little bit of rainy forest vibes. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm visualizing when I spray this, when I close my eyes, when I smell this. Because that greenness, it has like a violet leaf, pimento leaf, it is green, it has tobacco, which is prominent. It's a very fresh and sweet tobacco fragrance, but in a very unique way. So it has a touch of cinnamon, there's bergamot, it has a beautiful, well balanced, very strong cedar wood, but it's not overwhelming. None of these notes are overwhelming. And the freshness also comes from the tea combined with the bergamot, and it's sweet. It has vanilla in the base. There's a little bit of labdanum, a little bit of myrrh and olibanum. Gives it a little bit of sort of resinous vibe to it. So it has a lot of aspects. I would say this is super versatile. You can wear this in actually any situation throughout the year, in any occasion. It's maybe a little bit better suited for fall, winter, but you can pull this off in spring easily and on the cooler summer days, let's say. I wouldn't wear this in the high heat, but it's very versatile. You can wear this in any situation. It smells phenomenal. I'm a bit like, how do you say that? Like, I don't want to use it too much because this is an older batch. This is a 2022 batch. And in the meantime, it got slightly reformulated. I haven't smelled the new one. But in New York at Scent Explorer, my friend Vladimir, Sincere Scents NJ, he was bringing his bottle of the Manhattan Midnight with him. And that smells more like this older batch, but even more rich. So I would say this is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, my favorite from the house. But I think I even prefer the Manhattan Midnight, which smells phenomenal. It smells like an elixir version of this, let's say. So it has the same DNA, but it's more rich. It's a little bit more dark. It's also like, this is also ambery. It's sweet, it's warm, spicy, it's fresh, and such a masterpiece. So the Manhattan Midnight is also amazing. Check out the whole house of City Rhythm. They have amazing fragrances. You can use, I think, the code GRATITUDE for 10% off of the website. You can buy samples there. So I would say just buy a ton of samples. They have amazing fragrances. And probably when you sample them, you will end up with a full bottle, at least one. Because Manhattan is amazing. Miami Tropical Confessions, 2654, Tempo, Rhythm, name it. They have amazing fragrances. Nashville is very underrated. Austin as well. Amazing fragrances, and the Manhattan Midnight is superb. 2654. I forget a few. Puerto Rico, San Jose, or what was it? Yeah, they have amazing fragrances. So check out the whole house, and especially Manhattan. That's my favorite. So check it out and thank me later. Oh, I forgot to say, it's also perfect for any occasions. You can wear this on a date night, in professional settings, to the gym, going out clubbing, whatever you're doing, you can wear this in any situation all year round. So check this one out. Thanks again for watching. It would be really helpful if you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel, of course. Let me know what you think of these fragrances. Maybe you own one of these, maybe you smelled them, or maybe one of these fragrances is on your wish list, or you bought samples after the video. Give me some feedback, or let me know your scent of the day. I was wearing Roja Parfums Enigma Parfum, which is a masterpiece, but it's heavily overpriced. In the meantime, check out my giveaway. I have a giveaway going on. Check out my YouTube shorts. I post 2 YouTube shorts every day. I post in the community section, scent of the day, other stuff, 100% fragrance content. Check out Threads, TikTok, Instagram. I'm mostly active on Instagram. And yeah, I'll be back with another full video next week. You may overspray. Namaste. Thanks for watching.